Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's up, friends, and welcome back to What's Up with Taitai and Tautau. Thank you guys again for all the love, and so sorry for the late post. This week has been super crazy for us, but we got through it, and now we're here with you guys now.
Episode 4.
Episode 4. So, let's get into the topic. We decided to pick siblings. So, let's talk about the pros and cons on siblings.
You want to know?
I want to know. Let's talk about it. What was it like growing up with siblings, and what is it like now? Has anything changed?
I think there's been some minor changes, right? When I was younger, growing up, sometimes it'd be like, man, like I have to take my younger brother. I love you too, but it's like sometimes we're like, take your brother with you. Or, there'll be times I want to go hang out with my friends, and like I gotta take Tui along, and slowly it started to become a thing where it was like cool. It was fun because like little bro, like Tui's with us, and he started to have, he's having fun with us too, and it just became like cool. Like I get to hang out with my little brother and also with my friends. Us doing things together, like as a family, like going on trips during the summer or to amusement parks or everything we did, going to church. Scouts would always be like a unit, like
because like
family.
a pair,
Yeah, so it'd be cool. Well, not even just a pair, we're just like Tui and I, but like all of us.
Right,
like a unit, like, the Ave family. Like, it's lit. Like we show up wherever we at. We show up and blow up. Like, yeah, it's like 4 of us, bro. Yeah, like 2, you know what I'm saying? 2 boys, 2 girls.
Right,
so it was kind of cool. I think now that I'm older, I'm more so proud that there's a lot of us. I think I ever thought like, man, I wish he was never here, bro. Did you ever think like that?
No, I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I ever thought that way. It was always like, if we get into it, we get into it, but we'd always get over it and just be cool after. I remember at one point when we were all here in Hawaii, or even before we came out to Hawaii, people used to ask Tui and I, like, who's your best friend? And we used to say each other.
Yeah.
That ass.
I mean, like,
we used to be like, yeah, Tui, that's my brother. Tui, that's my best friend. And he would say the same about me. And we were just we were just tight like that. I remember one time Papa in Hawthorne, he told me your brother used to follow you everywhere you used to go.
Oh no,
and like
because like that's what I remember.
Yeah.
Like growing up, like you two were always a pair. And then obviously growing up, mom and dad had you like in the same sports, scouts, like all that. So I don't think I ever saw you two ever like by yourselves or.
Yeah, you're right.
You guys were always together. Like even when he was doing, what did Tautau do at North? He's like the class president.
Yes.
And you were always like, there's like helping him, or you know what I mean, like.
For sure. Anything that we did, it was always like, hey, like
and let's add Tui to this. Let's add Tau to this.
Right, like let's like help each other.
I think that's how we are as a family now. Like as we've grown up, if we have like an idea or whatever, we'll grab the other sibling in it.
Yeah.
So like, hint the podcast. Like I had this great idea, and I was like, I'm about to bring Tao's ass up in here.
True. Maybe that just comes from the way mom and dad kind of raised us.
Yeah.
Or
to just always be close.
Right.
Yeah.
Or just how we gradually start to gravitate towards each other growing up. I also think sharing a room as kids.
Oh yeah.
Kind of solidified that whole thing too. Right. It was like, we have to keep this room clean together, or else we both will get whooped together. Right. So clean up your stuff, bro.
Seriously.
So it's just naturally, I think that's how it was.
Yeah.
But to answer the question, yes, there were times when I was younger and it felt like, man, like, this and that is always have to watch my back, or else one of my siblings might tell on me or something, like as we got older.
Yeah.
Or like I mentioned earlier, I got to take him with me, right? But then it just starts to become like, this is part of life.
Right, yeah.
Tui's here, Tanae's are here. That's what it is. That's how the cards were dealt. Now older, I appreciate it, a whole lot to the max, because even just being here in Hawaii, having the support of my siblings, my family, right, is huge. It's everything to me, and I'm grateful for you guys, for all you guys, and even the ups and downs that we went through. Right, there were times where you and I weren't seeing eye to eye. Yeah. Same with Tui, same with Tanae. Right there, and I think that's with any siblings. Yeah, there's always a time where you guys are gonna be like butting heads, but that just, I feel like if you can get through it and still be okay after, that just builds the relationship between each other that much stronger after. Just to be like, you know, I mean, there are times Tui and I didn't see eye to eye, and now when I think back on it right now, it's like I can't even remember what we was fighting about back in the day. You know what I mean? It's like, what is it for? So if we can get through those times, I think it becomes easier for us to get through anything else that comes our way now. So I'm basically grateful for you guys now, and for what we went through too as kids. But it was always cool just to have the unit. Like I said, 2 boys, 2 girls. You know what I mean? We're always together, whether it was sports, you know, school, church, Boy Scouts. No, our parents had us all in everything. Like, everything, but basically the same. Yeah, same stuff. No one ever tried nothing different that the other one didn't. I don't think so. I mean, it's kind of true. Right? I learned guitar and it was just like, just taught Tui off rip. You know, we were in soccer, basketball, then bodyboarding, karate, church. Karate? Yes. Aya! What you mean? We was in everything. Tupulanga, what? Polynesian dancing. We was all in it together. Yeah, they had us all in there. Multicultural Day, Fire Knock dancing, everything together. Tui and Tau, Tanae and Tai. Yeah. The teas. We did. What? I know we together. We did all that in LA. The whole dancing and all that too. And then as soon as we came here, like, yep, they do the dancing. We're good. Yeah. No, for real. We were the Avocasi family in LA that threw it down, and then came here. All y'all did it. So we were like, let's hang it up. Well, Tau carried it on the PCC a little bit, but the rest of us hung it up. You won't catch me doing none of that to my wedding. You won't catch me doing none of that to my wedding. Well, so you tell me now, what was it like growing up with siblings as a kid? Fast forward till now, and has anything changed? I think for me, what was it like growing up? Obviously, like, I'm the youngest, so I'm watching everything that the 3 oldest are doing, wanting to be exactly how you guys are. I mean, I can imagine. That's what the youngest one is. And then if I can't have it, then I'll go get it because I'm the youngest. Like, Mom, Dad, Tom won't give me this, or today won't give me that. So it's like, yeah, those are the pros of being the youngest. You can play that card. I have the tea on everybody, so I can make sure that everybody is in line. If that makes sense. Yeah. Like, if you want all the facts, you come to me and I'll lay it out. And then, like, if another one tries to be like, well, she said this, I'm like, yeah, but you also said that, so check that. Right, yeah. And then Tau, don't forget what you said there. Oh, yeah, now shut up and fix it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's what it was for me growing up. Like, I have to cheat on everybody. Still do. Everybody still comes to me for everything and anything. Everybody calls me if they want to know every single thing. Well, what it's like now, and exactly what you said. I just have a lot more respect for my siblings. Just a lot more, because just as you get older, you just become more wiser, and you understand that the only people that that will truly have your back, other than your parents, is your siblings. It's a fact. And the way I look at you guys is like my second parents, because I come to you guys for anything, everything, and like siblings are the ones you're supposed to come to when you really don't want to, like, sell anybody, like your parents. Like, if you're in deep, you would go to your siblings before your parents first, because then they're your little soundproof. Like, okay, right. What do you think? This is what happened to me. Right. I'm about to tell Mom and Dad, but what do you think? And then you'll be like, well, I think you should. Take that part out, and say it like this. No, you're right, because as I gotten older with you guys, right, that relationship where we can be more open to each other has grown. Yeah. That part of the relationship is it's crazy now, looking from now till back then. Yeah. Because back then it'd be like, you might hold out on telling your siblings what's really going on,
because like really being embarrassed, or
or you just don't. Yeah,
you don't want to hear it. Yeah, and also you don't want to hear it too. Right? You're not ready for it.
And then, for me, maybe you just want to keep it close to the vest. Like, didn't really want to let anyone else really know. Mm-hmm. Also, maybe didn't know if that sibling was going to tell.
Right.
You didn't know. But now that we're older, it's like,
no, it's just like locked in now. Yeah, like we're more closer than we've ever been, and I think that is also because we actually sit down and have deep conversations. Mm-hmm. Like when me and Tom moved back, I remember Tui, our other brother, telling me, I want to have a more deeper relationship with you, where I can come to you and talk to you about anything and everything. We were super close. We were like good fun times and all that, but the serious talks didn't come till like a year or so for me.
And that's hard to do, though. Yeah, like especially when you're younger and you don't know. That's like uncharted waters, where like you don't know whether you hadn't done that before with your siblings. Yeah. But I think with experience and things that have happened along the way,
who you gonna lean on?
Right, you're gonna lean on them, and it probably felt a lot better to get that off your chest with your sibling.
Yeah.
And after you look back and like, oh man, that actually helped me to be able to talk to my brother and my sister about that.
Right.
So that respect part comes where it's like, man, whether he agreed with you or if he didn't,
it comes out of respect. You just
and you both kind of hashed it out. Yeah. You figure it out, and sometimes, like you said, Ty, that can be harder. That can be hard on a person to say that to your elders, to an uncle, to an auntie, to your mom, your dad, or your grandparents. With your siblings who are also, well, I mean, we're all only 2 years apart too.
Right, yeah.
So we're all kind of like in the same age group.
Yeah.
So that I think that also helps too, being compared to like someone who has an older brother that's like 8 or 10 years older than you. That person really might feel like that's like you're like really my dad, bro. Like you could be my dad.
Turn around, put on your pants. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what's changed now is like the stronger respect and looking at you guys like you're my second parents and really taking everything you guys tell me into consideration. And half of the stuff I tell you guys, I'm taking word for word what you said to me into my life, because it's just, and then also living together too really strengthened the relationship, because we were all in different states. Still checking in, but it's more of just like being on the same property. We know each other like very, very well, where it's like, if I know you're off, I can clock you real quick.
Right.
And I'll just be like, what's wrong with you?
Right. I think for sure. The closer that we get, the stronger that relationship grows.
Because like now,
the easier it becomes to notice when
something
is off or something is up.
Yeah.
Or like now, to a T.
Now I don't even confide. I mean, like, I talk to my girlfriends like when we all like catch up and stuff. Like, I don't even confide in them anymore, because I'm just like, you niggas are right here.
Right.
Because like the only people's words I care about is you and Tui's.
No, I get it, and that's what siblings are for.
Right, and then by the time I tell my girlfriend, it's like, we're good. Everything's okay. We had a little moment, but it won't fix.
Yeah. No, I get it for sure. I had a thought too. Yeah, we all are staying together right now, and I will hope that when we leave and like everybody gets their own place and stuff, that we could still keep in contact and still do that, because that can be hard to do too.
Yeah, but I think like
to keep the relationship together,
us being so blessed to live together for this long, I think we'll be fine when we move
I would hope so.
Yeah,
I would hope so. For being honest, there were times when I went back home to LA where, yes, we were like calling each other a lot, and then for whatever reason,
there's a gap.
It kind of like it wasn't as frequent as it was before.
Yeah,
because just life happens. Other things happen.
Yeah, and in different states too. You know what I mean? Like,
it's tough.
If we all like moved away, but still lived in the same state, then it'd be like, okay, Tui's throwing dinner.
Right.
Okay, Ty's throwing dinner.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That'd be a lot more easier.
Now imagine if I lived in like Florida or New York.
Yeah.
In different time zones.
That'd be.
And I gotta like I mean, that's what I guess social media is good for.
Yeah, just to check. Yeah.
That's one of the pros, I think, just to keep in touch and stay connected with your loved ones.
Right. Basically, just mad respect and I cherish you guys like no other. What was it like for you being the oldest? Because there's always that thing about like, yeah, you the oldest. Lay you down, cuz.
Being the oldest. When I was younger, I knew that I had to set that example. Mm-hmm. That's what it all came down to, really. Yeah. When I was younger, I was like, you have to set that tone. Yeah. You know, so you guys were always watching, and I think I was constantly reminded of that. Yeah. Make wise decisions. You know, and that can be tough on, you know what I'm saying, like a 12-year-old, 14-year-old kid, trying to make sure, like, dang, I'm literally walking on eggshells. Yeah, no, seriously. Like, don't do it. Because it was like, whoa, what you doing? Don't mess up. I liked it. Yeah. And I still do. Regardless of the decisions I did make, which were not all great decisions. But to have you, Tanae, and Tui look up to me is it's a blessing. It's an honor. I'm happy to be the oldest, right? Right now, I'm turning my life around and making things right. So, you know, hopefully, you guys look at that as, you know, a big change or a significant change in my life to kind of reflect on and be like, whoa,
no, we that's
something, you know, like that's something that I can also do for myself too. Yeah. Something where you look in the mirror and go, well, dang, well, Tao did this, that, and the third to change his stars. Maybe I can do the same thing too. And that's how it was when I was younger too. You know, trying to be the best I could possibly be, put my best foot forward in everything that I do. You know, try to make mom and dad proud. Try to do well in school, you know, and just basically live up to the hype, to the potential of being the oldest. Yeah. There were times though.
Of course, everybody has the times too, but I think
there were some hard times. I think
if me and the other siblings were to sit down and tell you, for me, when I look at you or what I see from you, it's just like you just have like that Motown respect.
Motown respect.
Yeah, like that soft kind of respect where like you can make anybody's day, or just like when you talk to somebody, when I see you talk to somebody, or even when you talk to me, I feel respected, or I feel heard, like big time. And then that goes through me, and then I'll go push that through somebody else. You know what I mean? Like to make the world a better place. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what I take from you, because even when like, and I think this goes for, I think Tweet would say this about you too, is like when our OGs are around, the whole demeanor changes. It's just like if like when grandma came, we were like, oh, like her knees, you know, coming up the stairs or whatever, like you're on her 24/7, or like we go to Food Land, open the door, like, oh, she's trying to cross the street, hold on, like, you know, stuff like that. That's passed down through me, it's passed down through Tui. So it's just like when the OGs are in town, we're like huddling them, because we're just like mad, really, it's like mad respect.
And that's what basically what I was explaining just earlier about setting the tone. Little things like that goes a long way. So me setting that example and you seeing it and knowing like, oh dang, like that's what I'm supposed to be doing for my grandparents. If I could be of any assistance in letting you know in your head, right, that like, whoa, that's just
even on like
that's a given. Like that's how it should be done by default.
Right. You know? So even like the way like we talk around them too. I remember this. This was story time. This was I don't know what grandma was. It was either Betty James or it was Nancy. But I was talking and I said the word damn. Yeah. And you weren't even in the living room. You were in a room. And you, I don't know what grandma it was. But you're just like, Todd. I loved it. Didn't even click for me because like my fast talking and stuff. Yeah. And like I went to go find you. Like, yeah, you called me? Why are you talking to them? Oh, really? And like ever since then, like it's just,
I remember that.
Yeah, it's just like completely checked through me. Because obviously, you're supposed to like watch what you say, but like in my mind, I didn't think the word damn was like that bad.
And, right. And maybe, I don't know, just hearing that story, I'm trying to like go back to that moment, right? And think like, how was I then where where I'm just monitoring you guys to make sure you guys did stuff like that. I don't think I was that older brother, right? I think it just was.
I think it just clicked, and you're just like Ty.
Well, I think but what I'm trying to get at is that I think just because the job that mom and dad did on me, that it just became natural for me. So then I just
it just blurts out. You don't even know you're doing it.
I just do it. I just say it. I just by default. Just like
it was like a click for like how mom's always like if we do something wrong, it's like Tamani.
Yeah, like
it's like that.
Yeah, and then when you talk about like the I don't know that Motown vibe where I'm more like a softer touch, right?
Yeah.
Like more soft spoken.
Yeah, you'll do anything and anything for the Because like when Grandma and Papa were here, it was like through me, like through the roof.
Yeah.
Like the letter, so like our grandma, every time she comes to visit, a week later or like 3 days after she gets back home, letters are sent to each and every one of us, whoever she was with, right?
Yeah.
Can't read the cursive, but I felt the love. But what I read through her cursive, she was like, "Thank you so much for taking care of us." And when I read that part, I was like, "Yeah, bro, like I'm mature, like in a way that like I'm at Tao's level." That's where like I put it. That's where I put it.
I love that.
Yeah,
but
because she was like, no, we don't need anything from you guys. And I'll call her and be like, did you eat yet? No, I had. All right, I'm bring food home. Yeah. Did you? No, you gotta try the satay fish. Like stuff like that. Like I'm forcing it on them, but I know they're well taken care of.
I appreciate the kind words of you saying you're at my level. That's awesome. That feels good. But at the same time, Ty, you just at your level at a more mature stage.
Yeah.
That's just you.
It's a great feeling to feel. It really is. It's a great feeling to feel. Yeah.
Yes, it is, and it's gonna be cool for you to pass that down to your children and to the younger generation. I try to do that. You see the kids that come over here all the time.
Yeah.
I try to talk to them as if like I'm a mentor. And that just comes. I'm not even boasting or bragging. That just comes
naturally.
Yeah, where I just like really I'm curious to think like, what's going on in your head and what do you think about? We talk about all kind of stuff: school, sports, church. I try to like keep them in line. If one of the older kids or two of the older kids are kind of getting on the younger one, I kind of like check them a little bit in a nice way to be like, bro, like, hey, he's only
you do really good. You do really good with kids.
But I love that because the kids, they light me up. You see it. I'll be cracking up like I'm watching a comedy. I'll be like, oh, what did you just say? I love them, and I love Tauka and Takula, Zion, and Zendaya. Those are I'm uncle now, and that's a cool feeling.
Yeah, being an auntie is fire.
Right, being uncle is lit because I could just play with them, and then when they poop, I just give them back to
Terry. Seriously, like, and we're done.
Nah, but it's an awesome feeling for sure. The whole soft spoken approach and the softer touch, though, I think comes from me not ever wanting to be the brother that you guys look at to be like, oh, like he's gonna come down on me in a way, or where you might be scared to say something around me or be open and vulnerable with me. I don't ever want that. The relationship that we have right now is going pretty damn good if I say so myself. And I only want it to grow and be better than it is right now. I don't ever want it to be worse. And if it does, then
hopefully we're able to sit down and talk about why it's like this.
I'm only human, sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. But I'd like to have those conversations to figure out like, so what's going on, man? Like, or what's going on, Ty? Like, talk to me. Did you not like the way I did that? Or, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Right? And anytime I think I do try to give you advice on something or guide you on something or tell you somewhere where I think you could have done better, it's always going to be like this.
Taz this person like,
what's up?
Okay, so I had a moment last week.
Yeah,
I'm telling Tal all about it. I'm not gonna tell you about it, but like, I was like going off about it, and Tal saying the same things to me, the same things, same tone, same words.
Right now, what I was just saying?
No. Just like when I came to you about what happened last week.
Oh,
And then Tal saying the same thing, and I'm just over here. Yeah, but like, what if this? Yeah, but Ty, if this, yeah, but we wrote what he said. but Tai, if you just
Yeah.
and then I get it on like the 6th time, I'm like, right.
Yeah.
Like you're right. Yeah.
I mean, and even the more you kept coming back with it, I'm like, yes, I get it.
Yes.
And I'm just realizing like you're venting.
Yeah.
So you're getting it out. So I'm like, okay, she just doesn't hear me right now. Let me just try and say a little bit softer. But Ty, are you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just trying to get you to see it. And it's never gonna get to a point where I'm like, that like just where I'm gonna go off and be wild as you.
Yeah.
For one, you my baby sister. Two, I have respect for you and I know that there's going to be things that we all go through where you need somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And you came to me to talk
right,
to about. So I'm like, okay, let me dig down and give her the best advice so I can see you thrive and get through it in a mature and healthy way.
Right.
And that just goes back to what I'm saying. Anytime anything happens between us, I try to go at it like a OG.
Yeah.
Like the older brother that I am. Yeah. I just have more years of things that I've been through. I'm not knocking the things that you've been through.
Yeah.
We've both been through some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But I've had more time to like deal with it, you know, and if you can confide in me on something, on a mistake that you made or something you're trying to get through, and I'm able to help you so you don't make that same mistake or you're able to get through it in a good way.
That's a win.
That's a win for me because then you don't have to waste your time or energy going through it or being in your head about it when we had a conversation and it made you go, oh, you know what I'm saying? A light bulb came up or you felt comfortable about what happened and your decision that you're about to make. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's lit. So now you tell me, what was it like being the youngest and ratting me out on everything?
I saw down the fact he was.
He did what?
I think all the times Tao got in trouble growing up was because of me.
I'll be like, this girl.
Then
growing up with 3 older siblings.
Yeah. Then you didn't even think I won. Now coming in last on everything. Because it is seriously, it is taking a full turn. It's taking a full turn. I used to get, I mean, like I still got in trouble a lot growing up, but I was always like, I was always like sick growing up because like I had bronchitis, eczema.
You were the one,
and I had a very sensitive just immune system.
And then even when you first moved here too, you had asthma.
Was my asthma bad here? It was bad here.
You had the machine and all. I remember.
Well, I had the machine growing up for a long time, so that's where I always got whatever I wanted because of that part.
That's probably a part of it.
Yeah,
but also being the youngest
being the youngest too. But and then I think I grew out of it like my sophomore year because you can grow out of bronchitis. So I finally grew out of that and eczema and stuff and all that. We moved here. We were all trying to deal with the divorce in all different ways that we could. And I was the one that was here with Dad. So I had to grow up on my own. So now that I basically grew up at 11 and basically knew how to do things all on my own till now, I'm the last to get checked on. That's what I feel like. Yeah. That's what it truly feels for me. It's like that person that everybody came to because like I had my shit together for a good minute, and so no one needed to ask me, "Oh, is she good?" Because they were like, "No, we already know Ty is good." Yeah. But deep down, a lot of you didn't know that I was going through this thing because I was fronting so well. Because like I went good, was going through it, but knew how to front it. So then everybody was just like, "Yeah, no, she's good." And even to this day, there's these feelings coming through me like, I want to be asked because I've been
by us, by like your siblings,
by just anybody.
Yeah.
Because even my girlfriends, I've shown it to them so well that like I know how to handle it. If anything goes wrong, you don't ever need to ask me. I'm the one you ask if you're going through something bad.
You're growing up.
Now these childhood Ty is coming through and feeling very vulnerable about just like I want to be asked, I want to be taken care of now, and I check on me, please, please, please. It's like this little girl. Because like I've had moments these past couple months where it's like literally just like something will happen, nobody will ask or nobody will see it, and that's also my fault too because I'm still putting up that wall.
It'd be hard for us to see that if the wall is up.
If you know what I mean.
But that doesn't shy away from the fact that you still are kind of wanting
because
some love and support from us.
Right.
You still want that.
Because it was like I said, it was like I had it all, right? Then everybody catering to me, and now that now she's all good and strong and stuff, that little girl was coming out of me just like, what about me?
Right. Yeah.
I think that's what it truly is now. So I mean, there's ways that like I'm working on it. Like, oh yeah, okay. Like I think therapy will be very great for me because like I'm a big talker. I don't hold. That's the thing. I front so well, right? But when you do catch me in a good topic that like I like to talk about, or just like something I've been through or my feelings, I can talk your ear off. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, yeah, I think I would benefit from therapy very well because like I'm an open book. Like I'm just waiting for somebody to ask me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I really am.
Right.
So I think benefit on that. Meditation. I'm thinking about meditation, but I think that's also where my self-care has come in. Now I'm high maintenance because I'm just like, ain't nobody gonna cater to me. I'm gonna cater to myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I get that. When you were younger.
When I was younger, everybody was catering to me.
I was going to say,
you know what I mean?
When you were younger, did you feel that from us?
Everybody was catering to me. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I don't have it. Because everybody's trying to get through the divorce. Everybody's trying to get through, right. What are we doing now? We just move states,
Right. But as a kid, being the youngest, you're saying that was difficult for you too, even then, to be able to open up to us.
Well, I mean, like in that situation, younger, I had to because it was like I was sick. I can't breathe. My arm is itching. My eczema is flared up. Okay. I had to. You know what I mean? Now it's more of just like being a woman with feelings. You know what I mean? And like being so strong, having to be so strong going through the health stuff. You know what I mean? That the front came very easily. If that makes sense, you know what I mean?
No, I get it.
The pros that I'm taking from all of this is that like I'm the strongest woman ever. You know what I mean? I can get through anything and everything. And I have. I've been through a lot. So I think that's the one thing that I like is like I can get through anything. But I would love to be, asked or, checked in more, stuff like that.
Do you think that would change if you weren't the baby? If you weren't the youngest? So let's say you were right under me. Do you think you would still feel that way, or we would automatically still come to you and ask and check on you? Like, do you think?
No. Yes and no, but I don't know because it all just depends on the personality of that person
and what's going on
too
in their lives. I think it didn't matter
because like nobody meant to do this to me.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Nobody meant to do this at all. It was just like we were at this stage where it was just like what the hell is
there was a lot of things
there was a lot going on.
I never looked at it because like this is kind of new to me, right? I never looked at it as this is my baby sister, like she'll be okay, or that's just 2 weeks and they'll be fine. It was just because I'm just going through whatever I'm going through at the moment.
Yeah, but what you just said,
I might have been doing that to everybody.
Right.
And just
but what you just said there is like, I'm also going through stuff, and that's my baby sister. She's fine because she's young. But like, I was 11 when we moved here. I witnessed the most.
Being the baby.
Everything. Yeah, even though like, and being the baby too is kind of just like no one sees you there, but I'm there.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy because you being the youngest,
that's why
you're not gonna be able to put into words or have like the guts maybe to say something being the youngest. So
maybe that's why I'm so vocal now.
Maybe because that's true. Because maybe in that moment, you not being able to say those things in the moment, we kind of like maybe blocked you out, and not in a bad way. I'm just saying like you were just kind of blocked out because we were the older people were kind of figuring it out.
Right.
But from what you're saying is that you being the youngest, you were there soaking it all in.
Soaking it all in, not knowing what I just saw and not wanting to say anything because I don't know what I just saw. You know what I mean?
You can't even.
But also
trying to analyze all that.
Right, but also what you said too is like, I was going through my own stuff, but that's why maybe she'll be okay. It's kind of just like people now they need to understand that like it affects everybody.
It does.
It affects everybody,
and that goes back to being, the oldest. For me, it's like everything I did.
Why do you think everybody comes to me for any information?
Because you guys know.
Because
I jot it down. Exactly.
Oh,
yep.
Everything.
At 10 o'clock.
It's everything.
Wearing, there's a big difference in being the youngest and being the oldest.
There's a huge difference.
There's a big difference, but there's also similarities too.
Because now look at us now.
Right.
We're the closest. Right. Out of the other two, or just right now in our life, we become super close because we're going through similar things. So it's kind of just it's funny to see us always together, the oldest and the youngest, but then also people thinking that we're twins. Because twins. I'll get DMs and be like, "I love you guys' relationship," and I'm like, "Yeah, it wasn't always like this." Growing up with us, how many kids do you want?
100.
Little dreamers again.
Let's go.
Our mom
50 had boys and 50 girls.
Our mom had a daycare called Little Dreamers. We were basically daycare children. I think that's why we're so good with kids. Maybe. I think that's why we have like that tough love and then that soft love. Well, you don't have tough. I do.
So I'm not tough. Nah. I don't know. I might want to copy mom and dad, right?
Right, that's how I feel. Because having a partner,
it's a good balance.
Yeah.
The boys share a room, the girls share a room.
Yeah.
Work it out. Figure it out. Nah, but I don't know, Ty. Right now, I don't know. I'd be blessed with just one.
Okay.
Right, but at the same time, if I had to really pick, yes. The 2 and 2 would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, but I definitely want a little girl. Yeah, for sure. She's about to get spoiled. No. I definitely would want like one boy and a girl.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I don't think it would matter who's first. Yeah, or not.
I mean, we don't have control over that.
Right. Just as long as I would teach the oldest to look out for the younger one. And set a good example. So you talk to me. How many do you want and why?
It's the same thing like you just said. Like when we grew up, 4. Yeah. And then I hate odd numbers. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want like 2 boys and a girl?
No, I hate no. I just meant just like it's either 2, 4, or 6. Yeah, because I just always feel like someone needs a partner. Yeah, like cool, right? I want them to be paired up for anything and everything, have each other's back. But then, as I get older, I would be okay with just 2.
That's what I'm saying.
What I mean? Yeah. Because 4, I mean, like, as you get older, you see the responsibilities as well. You see the toll it does on women's bodies, like all, you know what I mean? Mom and dad planned it out so well, where they're like, 2 years, boom, 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 boom. That might have happened for me, you know what I mean?
Or me.
But also, I'm just in the feelings of just like, whatever God blesses me with, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
I'll be grateful for anything. But also, too, is like my concern of having just one kid, if that's all God will give me, is that I want them to grow up being a spoiled brat. I want them to know, and also that's what my responsibility to make sure that doesn't happen. You know, you're only
if you were to have one, right?
Like you're an only kid, you get anything and everything you want. No, that's not what it's gonna be for me. If me and my siblings, we have the same initials.
Yes, which is kind of cool.
And Tui carried that on.
Yeah, he did.
Tanae went her way with the Z's. Mm-hmm. What are you thinking?
What letter will I go with? Yeah. I don't know, but I'll probably know when the time comes when my partner is pregnant. But also, we'd have to like meet in the middle on like whatever she might want to do too. Of course. I'm not gonna be like, no, his name is gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
We're just gonna be in the middle.
For me, no. I don't think I'm going that route.
What route?
One letter, because
you'll switch it up.
Nowadays, it's just like I'm sick of dad calling me, but he's like Taitai, like that. No, I'm over that.
I mean, that's you, right? That's your kids.
Yeah.
And that's also the beauty of it. Like,
but I do know my daughter will have my name.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful name.
If I could have it where my last one is a girl, like let's say I do hit 4, and my last one is a girl, then she's gonna take my name. But then, like, will I know this? You know what I mean?
Well, when the time comes, you will know.
Yeah.
You'll know. So I thought though, I was gonna say when I worked at Mother's in LA, my old boss, her name was Amanda. She was talking about her daughter, and I just asked her out of the blue. I don't know why, but I was just like, when did you know it was time for you to, settle down and start to think about having a kid? And she was like, you never know, right? You don't really set it up like that. And I just thought to myself, I'm like, well, I guess I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'd like to be somewhat prepared to bring a child into this crazy world, right? I'd like to be the best version of myself, which is being able to take care of them and my partner financially, be mentally well. My mental health is peaking, right? It's like nothing can really touch me. I'm able to get through things.
Because you don't want to have to be going through something while the kid's coming in. You know what I mean? You want to be fully set. But I got mad respect and love for the ones where they weren't prepared and they doing the damn thing.
But I just don't want to be hustling and like having stressed to like out, just bouncing off the walls just to figure out, how we're gonna feed him, how we're gonna clothe him, where are we gonna stay. Like, I like to be somewhat prepared to be like, oh, we're already set up. He's gonna be here. I'm gonna work. My partner and I are gonna work these jobs or so have this business or do whatever we can. Stick to that plan for the first 10 years of his life or whatever it may be. I just basically want to be prepared and not bring him into a world and be like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, or like being in a world where like you're not set up, like I'm about to rob a bank. Like, exactly. Like that part. No, but that's crazy too, because like I've truly been thinking about that lately. Just being like, it scares me if I was and not being ready. So like that makes me like get my stuff together more for my future kids, for my future family, because like I don't even think my soul could take it if I wasn't prepared and I was bringing in a life into this world. Like I would feel like a failure. Yeah,
but you're doing a hell of a job already.
Right.
And I think just you doing what you need to do for Ty and what I need to do for Tao, for us to be the best that we can be, the best versions, that's all gonna fall right into place when the time comes to be like, hey, I think my partner and I are ready to try to have a kid. Yeah. We'll already be good to go. Yeah. But that's down the line, obviously, because right now we're just building ourselves up. Yeah. But I just had that thought because I remember asking him, and I was thinking to myself like,
financial is a major thing for me before I have a kid. Like,
on top of everything,
and just like career wise too. Like, I want to be there for anything and everything, not be like, I gotta work, baby, can't go.
And also career wise, right? I don't want to have I don't want to have a job where I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah.
Where I have to be flying here or go doing something that's gonna take me away from being there for my kids and leave my partner alone with the baby. No ways. Yeah. So story time. You want to get into funny moments with your siblings, like a funny, just to end it off, like
Got one.
Talk to me.
Because me and Dad were on my field trip, and we were on the school bus. I think we were coming back from wherever the field trip was or whatever. I think we were coming back because we were passing your high school.
Okay.
And right there were North High and then Burger King, the little shopping center right there.
Yeah.
When the bus drove by, you and Josh were by the stoplight. And knew you're supposed to be in school. And I had it. I saw it and I didn't say anything yet. And I was like, oh. And then after we got off the bus into the car, I told Dad, get your ass. What? That's good to know.
You did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw both of you. I was like, oh. And that's at the time
you never told me this story.
Oh.
And then what?
And I think that's at the time too where they didn't like that you were hanging out with
Josh, he's probably the one that made me do it.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
No. But I remember when I saw you, nothing came over my face. Not like, oh, I was like, oh. Here we go.
You guys went on a field trip?
Yeah, we were on a field trip. Yeah,
Damn.
we were coming back, and then you guys were at the stop sign trying to cross.
Oh, yeah.
I think you guys had already ditched and were going back to the school, or you guys were getting food or whatever.
Who knows
I don't know.
Who knows what we was doing?
But I was like, but I also remember thinking too, like, did he know I had a field trip? Like, maybe not. Yeah.
The one I had in mind was with me and Tui, right? Tui and I were playing hide and go seek, and for some reason we're only just playing in the room only. Mm. So maybe it was like Sunday, and mom and dad are like after church, like, yeah, nap time. Yeah. Keep the Sabbath day holy. Y'all go to sleep. You know, so I'm trying to think that probably the only reason why we would just be in the room. Yeah. Or maybe summertime, right? We had already been outside playing. So anyways, we were only playing inside the room. Now, if you think about it, if we're playing hide and go seek in the room, it's only so many places to hide. Yeah. Right? And this went on for a little bit, you know, like the best places were already taken up. So like I'm trying to get creative. Like what else? Where else can I hide? Where in the closet, underneath the bed? Yeah. Those are easy. It's no fun, lame. we gotta, you know, spice it up a little bit. So I took the comforter off the bed. Mm-hmm. And to this day, right, I don't know how Tui didn't know that the comforter wasn't on the floor. Yeah. It was on the bed when we were playing. When we were playing, the comforter was already on the bed. Yeah. He's too busy looking for you. Right, but he went outside. It was my turn, so I took it off the bed. I put it right in the middle of the floor. Right in the middle of the floor. I got underneath, and I'm hiding right underneath the comforter. So I'm there. I'm like, I'm ready. You know, waiting on Tui to come in. Waiting. I'm like looking. I'm trying to peek underneath the blanket to like see like what is he doing. I don't hear him no more. I'm like, what's going on? So like that, he really don't. He really doesn't know I'm right here in the middle of the floor underneath the comforter. Time goes by. I'm like, look, this is crazy. It's getting hot under here. Right? Time goes by. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So don't know, bro. So I lift open the comforter, and Tui is literally standing in the corner of the room, and his world is just shook up. He's standing there looking like, where is he? And I looked up, and he just started busting up laughing. We're like, bro, how did you not know? He's like, bro, I didn't know where you were. I'm like right in the middle of the floor. I wonder if he remembers that story. Thank you guys for tuning in again for episode 4. Be sure to subscribe and like down on the bottom. This has been another episode with What's Up with Taitai and Tautau. You guys have a good one. Love you. Yeah. Hey.